First, we're going to jump right on in here. I'm going to go over the features, then we'll get into how they feel, the comfort, and then I'll get into my personal take on the sound, and I'll go over the app and EQing with the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros. I'm definitely gonna mess up the name because it's so many of them. Again, I went over the box and the features. I'll just run through it one more time pretty quick here. Targeted active noise cancellation, pure note technology for sublime sound, and that's it's on the box here. The drivers are coated with 10 hardened nano layers, generating stunning accuracy and clarity. Marketing. But of course, these have active noise cancellation. They have multiple modes of active noise cancellation. You got 26 hours of total playtime with everything charged full. That's about 7 hours per earbud, and you can use one earbud in your ear at once. And once you take the earbuds out of your ear, it'll pause your music. So they do have a sensor on them. These have wireless charging. So if you have a wireless charging station somewhere around your house, just send them on there and they'll just charge up. So when it comes to playtime, you should never have an issue. You know, get yourself one of those $10 Anchor wireless chargers from Amazon, stick it on there, and just go. Every time you come back from the gym or going on the run, plop it down on there and you're good to go. And the good old, what is this, the recommended by 10 Grammy thing. Okay, again, if you take a look at my my audio file rant that I did, it's the same situation. I don't care who it is, Grammy artists, yeah, they're good. They have perfected their craft, but when it comes to their taste in music and what they're listening to, you know, take all that with a grain of salt. And then you got clear calls via the 6 noise cancellation microphones and the Hear ID, which is the personalized EQ that is built into the app that then saves to the headset themselves. You know, coming in the box, of course, you have your USB-C cable, you have your 9 ear tips, the one that comes on the earbuds themselves, and the other 8 multiple selections there. These are IPX4, so that means they are just sweat resistant, light rain, things like that. But if you are planning on going swimming, if there is a nice hurricane going on around you, some kind of, you know, if you're getting on water rides at the theme park, take these out because they will not work anymore after that, because IPX4 is just, you know, gym use, things like that. And I would assume that they would have at least made them that much, because if you can't, you know, wear them to the gym, then sometimes what's the point in buying them, right? Now we're going to go over some comfort. When I initially got them, I just took them out the package, put them in my ear with the stock ear tips that came on. Well, the ones that are on here are stock, but with the ones that came on the earbuds, I think they're like a medium size. They were slightly big, but of course they have kind of like half sizes of ear tips in the box. So I was able to get a nice comfortable fit. And I had to kind of stagger them. One's I think a medium, and one's like a medium small, or a small, I don't know. It's like a little bit smaller in one of my ears. Of course, we are all made different. I don't know if one of my ear canals is smaller than the other one. Must be, obviously, because you know, it was kind of loose, and so I had to go up a little bit bigger on the size, which, you know, I like that they, you know, have kind of the half sizes in the package. Other than that, I can wear them for a few hours at a time without them becoming fatiguing in my ear. I think last night I actually listened to them before bed for about 45 minutes while kind of like laying in bed, just trying to listen to some music, and everything was fine. They didn't slip out. I had a good seal. The case itself it's nice. Fingerprints, yeah, you'll probably see a few fingerprints on this. It's a rubberized case. It's no big deal to me. You just wipe it off if you're getting fingerprints on there, but no one's gonna look at your case and be like, oh, it's all smudged up anyway. So usually it'll be in a pocket or stuck in a gym bag or in your book bag somewhere. I like the satisfying thud that this case gives when you open it. It's got that nice, I don't know, what is that? Like the guys who flick the lighter, all the time before they, or what's the other guys that have the switchblade, something like that? You just sitting there with your earbuds, flicking it open. I think that's pretty dope. And again, everything is magnetized. Pretty good seal on there. If you drop them, if this pops open, yeah, they're going to come out, but that's neither here nor there. And now we're going to get into the sound and what I feel about the sound. I think the sound on these, it's pretty good. Coming from someone who listens to a lot of headphones, listens to a lot of music, I have some mid-grade, mid-range, studio monitors here in my office, and a lot of IEMs laying around and headphones. These, anytime you listen to IEMs, obviously the sound stays, the separation, sometimes it's not going to be as prominent as you would get if you have over the ear headphones. The staging is not going to be as open as if you had the open ear over the ear headphones, things like that. But you're not buying these for that. You're buying these for the convenience, for the on the go, and these do that pretty well. The bass response is adequate. Once you get them EQ'd to your liking, you can cut that bass out if you need to, or you can boost it a little bit if you are a bass head. The mids, they're present, and the highs, again, are clear. But that's something you're going to want to take with a grain of salt, because the stock EQ is what it is. It's a stock setting that I'm sure some guys at Soundcore were just sitting around like, let's tweak it, the sound engineers or whatever, and they were listening like, oh yeah, this is a good sound, we like that, let's put it right there. But because these headphones have the EQing ability, whenever you listen to a review, read a review and things like that, you have to take that into consideration, because that stock EQ is just, it is what it is. With the push of a button, you can change it to an acoustic or podcast setting or whatever. And it's the same thing with the Life Q30s. You can change all those things up, and then with that Hear ID, you can tailor it to your ears in the way that I guess that app is perceiving that you like to hear your music. Or I'm not gonna say you like to hear it, but you need to hear it, because it'll let you know. So if you get into the highs, and that's something I'll go over in the application. But if you get into the highs and you hear that you don't hear that a high pitch, high tone, kind of like that hearing sound, and if you don't hit the button, you say, nope, I don't hear it, then the headphones themselves, the earbuds, the app, it will boost that frequency. It'll boost the decibels in that frequency, so that when you're playing back your music, it notice, okay, in his left ear, he didn't hear this tone, so that means we need to boost the music in this frequency so that it's more present in that left ear. And that's why the left and right ear EQing could be different when you do the Hear ID. It could be separate because of that, and that is a nice feature. I don't know of any other headphones that might have that feature. I'm sure there are some, but if not, correct me. But that's pretty bang on right there by Soundcore to include that in here. Now, when I did it, I did the Hear ID. I liked the sound that came out of it. It was good, but I took it a step further and I went into the customized EQ and I tweaked mine to better suit me a little bit more. Mine gave me a little bit more highs than I like, and so I turned that down and boosted the bass just a little bit. And after that, everything was great. And I like it, so you can, tweak it. And I'll go kind of over like a EQing demonstration as well when I pull the app up. Matter of fact, let's get right into that now. All right, and so to connect them to the app, you pair the headset up first to your phone, and then once it's paired, you can, you download the app from the store. And if you need instructions on that, by the way, it kind of gives them right there to you in the box. And let me pick this back up. You want to take the earbuds out of the case once they are paired, and they will automatically connect to your phone, and you just hit connect. Once connected, you're good to go. It's going to pop up. Oh, you got the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros, I see. And then you go from there, and then you can then go into the settings up here, the three dots up at the top, and you can have the wearing detection. This is where you turn that on and off. What the wearing detection is, once you take one out, it'll automatically disconnect or connect that audio. And by the way, these they can only be paired to one device at a time. So if you have your cell phone and your laptop and you listen to music on both, or you swapping out YouTube to phone calls, you can only be paired to one. So it won't it doesn't have the dual connect, kind of like the Soundcore Q30s has, where I can be Bluetooth paired to my laptop or my cell phone and listening to a YouTube video. If my cell phone rings or I get a message, it'll notify me. It'll switch over audio to the cell phone. This set does not do that. Here you can update the firmware. You can check and see where you're at, and it tells me I'm up to date. 3.54 there. I think since I've gotten them, these had a couple. When you first get them open up, it's going to have you update the firmware, and I think I've had one since then, and it was just a kind of a bug fix. It didn't go into detail on what that update was. And then you have your help. Hey, I don't think I've ever went into that, but it's kind of like just a quick guide on how to help you out. And then you get into the quick start guide in the user manual, and this is what I alluded to in the unboxing a little bit, where that's why I having you open up this menu, because there is a user manual in here. It pulls it up and you can scroll through, zoom in, and if you need help there. But yeah, and that's nice. So if you accidentally throw that thing away, you can just pull it up electronically in the app itself. And so let's close that out, and this is where you get into your other features, your noise cancellation, transparency mode, things like that. The noise cancellation on these is pretty good. It doesn't give me that cabin pressure feeling too much. It cancels out those low end noises. It's nothing that's gonna wow you, but for me, again, just like in my Q30s or the live tune videos, I don't listen to the ANC too much, or I don't have it on. It's not something that I need in most of my daily tasks. So you take that with a grain of salt. And then the same thing with the transparency mode with these. It sounds good. It pumps in that outside noise so that you can hear the elevated sound if you're talking to people. But I don't even have the noise cancellation kind of setting mapped to my headset, and I'll show you that here on the next page, because I don't use those two. I don't even have play pause mapped to it anymore, because once I take the earbud off, and that's usually what I'm doing when I'm talking to somebody, I'll just take it out of my ear and it'll pause the music for me. And of course, normal is just normal music. But when you go into noise cancellation, you have transport, indoor, outdoor, or custom. They all kind of give different settings there. Custom, you just turn this little dial and it will customize the sound noise level to what is more suitable to what you want. So when you turn it to a certain thing, it'll turn off more highs, and you turn it down here around here or something, it'll cut out more lows for you. There we go, and let us go back here. Boop. And then you have a tip fit test here, which I believe this wasn't on here last time I got on here. I don't know if this is something, or I didn't pay attention to it, but it basically will check the ear tip seal to optimize the audio performance, and that is a good way for you to know if you're getting a good seal, so that you don't get onto forums or onto Amazon and just put in willy-nilly reviews saying, these don't have enough bass. Well, it's because you didn't have the right size tips in, and everything was leaking out so that everyone around you can hear what you were listening to. But I think that's a cool little feature that they built into this. And again, this app is super extensive, and it's a welcomed feature for $130. It should be in there. But some of the more expensive ones don't have apps that are as feature packed as this one. And then we get to Hear ID, which you can personalize your earphones. So I've already done it, and then I can edit it if I want to, and I'll go, so it's off right now. But let me get rid of this here. Yes, I have the notifications there. Let's remove that. Sorry about that. I gotta watch the game. It's about to come on in a second. But you can personalize, and when you go into Hear ID, if you turn it on, this is kind of like the EQ setting. I think it did for me. And then you have your left ear and your right ear that I think they are set different. And you can go into custom Hear ID. You can do an initial curve, or you can customize your Hear ID, and or you can choose your favorite music genre and go through that as well. Me, again, let's see if you click on that. Yeah, see, and then it'll go there, and you can go into the add EQ, blah blah blah. And like I said, there's just pages and pages of things you can do with the app here. And that Hear ID, it'll pull up kind of like an ear, and then you just keep clicking the button. It'll keep beeping in your ear. Like, it'll go the low tones, the mid tones, and then it'll go to the high tones, and to those ones where you can't even hear it, and you just press nope, I don't hear that, and that's how it knows to boost those levels in your ear, as I was talking about earlier. Me, I have a couple customs that I have set up here, and this is what I wanted to go over with you all as far as the EQs. So this one, I named it T3 flat. It was supposed to be a flat one because that's what I was going. Set this one up to what I like to hear, and I would bounce back and forth to the flat EQ so that I can gauge on where I'm deviating from that flat line. But you can go in there, you can add another one if you want. You hit the plus sign there, and when you go into the EQ, so I'll just kind of go over a quick EQing 101 for someone who may or may not know how to EQ it and are afraid to dive into EQing. This is a 8-band EQ that comes with the Soundcore app, and if you are on your left side here, that is your lows. You go to the middle, of course, that is going to be your mid frequencies, and on the right side you got your high frequencies. I can reset it, and it'll go back to flat. You can set up as many EQs as you want. Basically, what I recommend for someone who's new, you go into the default EQs and you find an EQ that is, I would say, more tuned to what you like. So let's just say if you click on the deep, it's going to boost that low end up. It's going to cut out some of those highs. And then you're like, all right, I like that sound, but I like the deep and I like that bass, but I want to customize it. I want to boost my high frequencies a little bit. You go in there, and it's going to say custom, and then from there you can name it custom 1, done, and then you can see what it did to the EQ. That is the deep. It cut out the highs, I mean completely almost. And so if you go here, you want to boost this up a little bit. If you just tweak, you can start here and you can go all the way up. You move it with the headphones on with some music playing. You say, oh, that's a little bit too much, and you can just adjust it to where you like it. And the same thing with the mids. If you're in the mid 816 K there area, even a little bit down into the low mids, you'll be able to focus on those vocals. Obviously, some of my vocals, they're gonna sit in that range. From male vocals are gonna be a little bit lower than female vocals, and you can boost them to where, okay, it's gonna be more present if you boost those mid frequencies as far as those vocals, if you want them a little bit up front. So that's what you want to boost. And if you think they are up too front for you, you can do an attenuation and cut it a little bit. Same thing with the lows. If you're not a bass head, you can cut those out completely. That 100 hertz range to 200, you can cut it down and just listen to your good old classical music, no bass, and be good to go. And that's just like a EQing 101. I always recommend going to the custom settings, pick one, and then adjust from there. And that's going to be your quickest route to getting a suitable sound for your ears. that is it on the EQing. And we can go back to home, and then you got your controls here. So if I go into my controls, you can, this is where you set it up. So you got the double tap or hold for 2 seconds. If you notice mine, I got rid of the pause play. I don't have any active noise cancellation or anything on there because I don't use them that much. If I'm turning active noise cancellation on, I can pull my phone up and then turn it on from there. But I just have it on, turning my volume up and down if I need to in previous and next track. So double tap my left ear, it's going to go to the previous track. Double tap the right ear, it's going to go to the next. Hold for 2 seconds. And it'll turn the volume down on the left ear. Hold for 2 seconds, it'll turn the volume up. You can go in there, click on it, and you can change it to voice assistant, ambient sound, or whatever you like. Of course, it's tuned to you. I would have liked them to have a couple more features like a single tap or a triple tap or something like that, to where you can have all those things mapped out. But I figured they probably could do that in a firmware update eventually, and I'm sure a lot of people would probably nag them about that, and they'll eventually put it on there. But I don't know why they didn't do that. But these have a lot of features, so they probably like, oh man, we just giving them too much. We'll put those on the Pro 2XLs next time. But that's pretty much it for the app. I mean, other than that, like I said, dig down in there and go through it, and it'll get you to what you need, and you can get great sound out of these headphones. All right, and finally, I'm just going to give my last take on these and what I think about them. I think these are a great sounding little piece of technology for what you pay for them. I mean, and when they first came out, I'm not some big YouTuber. I had to pay out of my own pocket for these, and I actually had to wait to day one to purchase them and wait for them to be delivered, everything like that. So I didn't pay full price. I still got a little discount, slight discount from one of the other big tech YouTubers they got discount codes. I think it was 30% off. So that helped a little bit to alleviate some of the over 100 pain of paying for a pair of earbuds when I have several that cost 30, 40, 50 bucks that sound just as good. And I want to do a comparison video with these and some of my other inexpensive ones, and compare the sound and features and what you'll be getting and what you're actually paying for, because the sound in itself with these, it's not something that's going to be mind-blowing. As I've said before, I have some $30 wired IEMs that sound, of course, better than these. They're wired, but they are, I don't know, they just sound better to me. They have a better bass than these. They have better mids and highs, but they don't have the features that these. They don't have the convenience, the wireless capabilities. When I take them out of my ear, they don't pause my music. So there's those type of things that you are paying for when you get earbuds of this quality and caliber. So overall, for $130 US, I say if you have the money, go for it. If you like listening to wireless earbuds, if you don't have anything that you particularly enjoy on hand and you want to try out some new ones, these are definitely a go-to. I'd get them. I personally prefer the Life Q30s over these. The Life Q30s are a little bit less expensive. I like that over the ear sound. It's a bigger sound. The bass is a little bit more substantial to me, coming from the over ear headphones, and that is a duh type of situation. They're over the ear. They can have that stereo separation, that spread, that imaging more than what some earbuds can have. But my Life Q30s, when you take them off your head, they don't pause. They don't have they don't have the Hear ID that the app comes with. And you're going to pay for some of that R&D, that research and development that went into these. Other than, those few little cons that I talked about earlier, as far as in the app not having the ability to map more features and more settings and buttons to the headphones themselves, I don't have too much negative to say about these. They are a good sounding headset. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I'll get right back to you. Have a wonderful rest of the day and stay safe.